Ragnarok Online, the MMORPG that took the internet by storm. It was literally the biggest thing back in the early 2000s. Posters everywhere, people collecting top-up cards, CDs, and the start of grand EB events for nerds in the Philippines. It's also the reason why Filipino millennials are so good at business and also why they have massive trust issues from getting scammed. No other game shaped a whole generation like this than Ragnarok Online. Dare I say that Ragnarok Online walked so that other MMORPGs could run. And to prove its undying testament, Ragnarok is back! Again, and again, and again. But in this case, I think Ragnarok found me. Because today, we'll be playing Ragnarok X Next Generation. Thank you for sponsoring this video. In preparation for the upcoming EU server open beta that will launch this January 14, I took it upon myself to see how it feels to play this new Ragnarok game as a complete newbie and going through it purely as an F2P player. My goal is to reach level 50 as fast as possible in order to change into my second class. I'll also be checking the difficulty of doing basic gameplay and the overall feel of the game. Back in the OG days, it would take several days of grinding and questing to change into your second job. So let's see how we do with Ragnarok X Next Generation. This game is free to play on both mobile and PC. We started off as a novice, of course, and I made sure mine was cute as heck. What's cool though is that all the new characters are spawned in Frontera this time. After being greeted by Kiki and the nostalgia bomb of the Frontera background music, everything was pretty straightforward and streamlined. All I had to do was click my screen a few times, follow the quest line, watch a few cinematic cutscenes, and bam! I'm now job level 10 and ready to pick my first job. I guess mobile MMORPGs nowadays have integrated auto-questing and auto-attacks properly. It makes it easy for the busy gaming adult who needs to properly manage their time. Choosing your first job is the first step to deciding what kind of life you'll be investing countless hours on. Yes, I'm talking about the game. There are 6 major classes to choose from that all branches out into other subclasses as you go. Luckily, I can guide you to which class to choose best according to your playstyle. The Swordsman, the tank or bruiser of the game. Change to a knight if you want to be a tank DPS, or into a Crusader if you prefer a tank support. The Mage, the magic caster of the game. Change into a Wizard if you prefer AoE skills, and a Sage if you prefer single target DPS. The Acolyte, the holy support class. Change into a Priest if you want to give heals and buffs. Change into a Monk if you want to deal massive damage instead. The Monk does a good job soloing MVPs, by the way. The Merchant. Every account needs a merchant if you want to maximize the economy of the game. Change into a blacksmith if you want to refine weapons. Change into an alchemist if you want to brew potions and use a homunculus. The Thief. The edgy class that specializes on PvP. Change into an assassin if you prefer DPS. Change into a stalker if you prefer debuffing and being annoying. And finally, the Archer, the class that's super fit for solo PvE or hunting monsters. Change into a Hunter if you prefer using traps or a Falcon. Change into a Bard or a Dancer if you prefer buffing with songs or raining hell with Arrow Vulcan. For this run, I'll be using the Archer because I started off as an Archer in the OG game and I'm also going solo. One good thing about Ragnarok X is that they've allowed the Archer to have unlimited normal arrows, so farming will be a breeze. Our ultimate goal for this run is to reach job level 50, the requirement to change into our second job, the Hunter. In order to do it efficiently, we have to unlock all the features that this game has to offer. Let's get started. The moment you change into your first job, you'll now unlock a new skill set. If you're unsure with what skills to invest on, you can always use the recommended button and it will suggest skills based on your preferred playstyle. The same goes with your base level stats. Since I'm going for an AFK and solo PvE Hunter, I'm using the first choice as recommended. Early in the game, just keep doing the main quest until you hit level 21. It takes around 20 to 30 minutes to do so. And once you do, you'll unlock the important features of Ragnarok X, which are the daily quest board, the carnival activities, the dungeon instances, and my favorite, Odin's Blessing. The daily quest board refreshes every day, and each city actually has its own reputation progression, meaning the more daily quests you do in a particular city, the more points you get to acquire the rewards for that city. You can only accept 5 missions per day. Each mission you accomplish will give a huge chunk of rewards, including base level experience experience and job level experience. Next is the dungeon instances. This is where you usually do dungeon runs with a party, or you can do it solo. Each dungeon has an MVP boss to beat, and once you clear an instance, you'll be rewarded with experience as well as valuable gears and items. You can only receive rewards 3 times per day and per run. You'll also need to progress with the main story if you want to unlock the other dungeons. It's also important to note that there are 3 difficulties for each dungeon. Normal is the easiest, and you can usually solo a normal dungeon provided that you have the minimum base level for it. Next is hard, a slightly challenging difficulty which makes the enemies hurt slightly more, and the MVP boss has a larger HP and usually additional phases. And the hardest is Nightmare, which drastically increases the damage of the enemies, and I honestly think that it's highly recommended to try Nightmare mode with a full party. Of course, the higher the difficulty, the better rewards you'll get. Next is the carnival activities. This is actually your cheat sheet if you don't know what to do for the day. It lists down all the things you can do or haven't done. This even includes the daily quest board, the dungeon instances, and the other fun mini games that grants you rewards. One of the best mini games that you should always do is the OX quiz. It's a fun quiz show where you and other players answer a bunch of trivia questions, and each question you get right will give you a huge amount of base and job level experience. It's only available though during a certain time slot, so keep an eye out. Now, once you're done with everything in the carnival activities and you want to gain even more experience, then there's no better way to do it than doing the favorite feature of every busy member of society: AFK farming. Yes, that's right. Back then, auto farming or grinding was looked down upon and was considered as botting. But now, people are even more busy to spend hours and hours into manually playing their favorite game. So, hooray for AFK farming. But I'm not just talking about regular AFK farming. No, sir, because Ragnarok X Next Generation has what we call Odin's Blessings. This is a built-in system that when you turn it on, it will give you ×5 Zenny, ×5 item drop rate, and ×5 experience gain for every monster you hunt. It even has an option to recommend an AFK farming spot depending on your level. But you have to note that there's a right way to doing AFK farming. It's very important you consider the level of the monster you're farming, because the experience you gain for each kill can decay if you're hunting a monster that's 4 levels higher or 4 levels lower than your current base level. It's also important to note that Odin's Blessing has a limit per day, and you can only replenish it after doing daily mission boards and by staying inside Frontera for a set number of times. So for my first day of playing, I literally just did all the carnival activities and AFK farmed until base level 24 and job level 23 using the recommended farming areas. I'll be AFK farming until I use up all of my Odin's Blessings, so let's see what level we are when we wake up. It's day 2, guys, and I left my character farming on these poison spores overnight. I think it's been 6 to 7 hours since I left it at auto farming, and we gained a total of 4 base levels and 7 job levels. Not bad. And as you can see, all my Odin's Blessings have been used up. So since it's a new day, we'll just have to replenish our Odin's Blessings, go through all the available main quests, and finish all our carnival activities before we AFK farm once again. By the way, you're probably wondering what to do with the crystals you've been earning from doing events and missions. That's Cookie, by the way. There's a crystal merchant in every major city, and I highly recommend you guys to buy the Gym Pass so you can increase your storage limit. This is very important because if you're AFK farming, you'll tend to get encumbered from all the items you loot. And if you're encumbered, you won't be able to regenerate your HP or mana naturally, which might cause a problem when AFK farming, as you'll have a higher chance to die without you even knowing. So get that Gym Pass. We've finally reached level 32 and job level 38, and I'll be AFK farming here in the Road of Frogs overnight with Odin's Blessings on. Let's see what happens. Guys, after roughly 8 hours of AFK farming with these Road of Frogs, I've surprisingly only leveled up once on my base level, but leveled up 4 times for my job level, which I found very weird. I think it's because the Road of Frog area is being shared by another monster here called Dead Plankton, which has a different level as the Road of Frog. And I think the Road of Frog in general was a bit higher level than my current job level. So I don't know. During AFK farming, the dead plankton was being farmed as well, which consumed my Odin's blessing. So that's a mistake on my part. I didn't think that through at the moment, even though it was a recommended spot. But if I was to do that again, I would have gone with another monster that didn't share a farming spot with another monster, and also a monster that was within the level of my current base level. I'm also not sure, but the size of the monster is said to matter with what kind of experience you're going for. So, for example, medium-sized monsters is said to give out more base level or more job level compared to small-sized monsters. But that's just a rumor, so I don't know. I have yet to confirm that. Anyways, for day 3, I was determined to reach job level 50 today because I'm so close to it. So, per usual, I finished all my main story quests available and carnival activities, which took only an hour to do. The rest of the day, I AFK farmed at base level 35 and job level 47 by the caramels in Mount Mjolnir, which was giving a chuck ton of experience per kill with Odin's blessing. It also helped that they were easy to kill, so after only an hour of AFK farming, I finally reached... Guys, we did it! After 3.5 days of sticking to our routine while being purely F2P, we quickly reached our goal of job level 50. So all I had to do now was to change into a hunter, which involved another class change quest that was kind of fun, by the way. You get to experience how a fully built hunter works and take down an Edgar. And there you have it, guys. Mission accomplished. We are now a hunter! Not gonna lie, I thought it would take me at least a few more days to reach job level 50 after what happened on day 2. But we persevered and learned along the way to find out the most efficient path to job level 50. I forgot to mention that weapon refining or upgrading is a thing in this game. I did upgrade my weapon along the way. Don't worry, it's very easy to do. It will be covered by the tutorial in the game. There are also a couple of other features and mini games you can enjoy that's not really important to leveling up, but will surely help with other things. It's called life skills, wherein you can do mining, cooking, gardening, and even fishing. Doing life skills consumes stamina, by the way, so do take note. Another cool thing to learn is that ROX has its own player-driven marketplace in-game. So if you're looking for a particular equipment or item, just head to the exchange center and then search for that item there. So as you can see, there's a list of different items containing the word bow. So if you're looking for, let's say, a glove, gonna appear there as well, or a sword, even non-weapons. Like, there's even rare equipments here, like clothes. See that? So obviously, not everything is for sale because everything is player driven. So if players are not listing those items, then you won't see it in the market. You can also sell your own stuff here too and set the price. Supply and demand is a real thing in this game. So when I sold my items for the lowest price, it all flew off the shelf pretty fast. It's a neat way to spend and earn crystals in game. As for PvP, that's something a lot of players are into, and I'm sure it's just as chaotic as you expect it to be. But I didn't bother to try it out personally because I'm more of a PvE player. Guild Wars is also a thing, which is, I think, the most fun type of PvP you can experience in Ragnarok X, where several guilds will battle each other every week to control castles in a city. Anyways, that's it. That's everything I've learned as a new player of Ragnarok X Next Generation. And if you'd like to dive into the nostalgia and have fun with your friends, then make sure to register now for the EU server open beta launching this January 14. You know, start fresh with everyone else. I personally think that Ragnarok X Next Generation is pretty close to recreating the classic vibes of the OG Ragnarok Online, while also optimizing certain features to make it more accommodating and friendly to new or returning players. Special thanks to Ragnarok X Next Generation for sponsoring this video, and super thank you to you guys for watching this. I hope you all learned something. So I don't know what else to say. I guess see you in Midgard, intro boys.